Hey guys, good morning. So today I am working on the 18-month planner bundles and I only have one more to do. I'm so excited. They are almost done. I'm going to flash them on the screen for y'all so you can see. So these are the 18-month digital planners, but then I also have printables with it. So super awesome. So this will be in the shop by the time that you see this. Fairby's right here helping. And I have been reading a new book, and it's not a new book, it's a new to me book, but A Court of Thorns and Roses, and it's a very popular book. It's been out for maybe like 5 or 6 years, but a friend of mine is reading it, and so she mentioned that she was reading it, and actually she's reading the second book already. And whenever she mentioned it, I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot I wanted to read that, and it's been on my must reads for probably like 5 or 6 years. So I've started reading that. It's really good so far. It is another one of the retelling style stories like I like, but this one's definitely a mature audience. And I have been working on something really exciting that I want to show you guys later. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit. So I've been doing some stuff in my craft room to try to make it a little bit more appealing to use. So we'll talk about that in a little bit, but it's not the most beautiful craft room, but it is functional and I'm really proud of it and I want to show it to you later. And I think we're going to give Fairby a bath at some point today. We might go to a PARK. I don't know for sure, but possibly, but I have to get a little bit of work done. Of course, we'll bring you along for everything that we do. Last night, I decided that I would hang up one of the puzzles that I had finished. A few months back, I had done one. It was the beachcomber one. I don't know if y'all remember that. I'll show you in a few minutes. But anyway, I left it together and I had taped the back of it because you can buy stuff to like preserve your puzzles online, and it's basically like a a sheet of contact paper that you just put on the back of it. And I started thinking, what would be the difference if I did that or if I did it with like some type of tape? So I tried it out and it's held together. It's been up there, I don't know, for months. And I've picked it up and like jiggled it and stuff like a million times. So I decided to hang it up. Yeah, I hung it up with command strips, and I've used command strips on the walls since command strips were a thing and it's never given me a problem. So I think it will be fine. But I was hesitant and like kind of curious if it would stay up because of it had to stick on tape, and the tape I used was packing tape, so it's shiny on one side, but it's done fine. I'll obviously update y'all if it falls or something. I mean, it's a puzzle, it's cardboard, it's not heavy, it's not like it's anything heavy, but the brand of puzzles that I get, I think that does matter because the ones I get, the pieces interlock in with each other. So whenever you pick it up, like even whenever it's completed and you don't have anything taped on the back, you can pick it up and like do like this, like sway it or whatever, and it won't fall apart. So I do think it matters what kind of puzzle you have if you're planning to do this. Like they make real stuff to do it for other puzzles too, but this is like definitely the DIY way. But anyway, so I'm excited because there are some puzzles that I have put together that I thought were really pretty, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty, okay, and tear it apart. I think I'm gonna go through and put some of them together that I've liked, that I've just thought were pretty, and hang them in my craft room and in my office, because I hung the beach one in my office, and then there's another like sea theme one that I would love to redo that I could hang in my office too. And then there's some that I just think are cute that would go in my craft room. Like the one I'm doing now is like an 80s like eraser theme, like a pencil box. Like I'll show y'all, but you know, it's very very much something that I would feel like would be cute in my craft room. Like, it's just that kind of thing. So I'll probably tape it, but I'm gonna go back through my other ones and see which ones I can tape and hang up. I just think that'd be fun. And I really am not, I don't know, I feel so lame doing that, honestly. I'm like, oh my god, really, you're that person who's gonna hang puzzles on the wall like as artwork? But I started thinking, and like, what is the point in not? There's nothing else going there. I mean, if there was something else I wanted to hang there instead, then I could. It's not like they're permanent. I mean, it's command strips, so you know, yeah, it's definitely feels like posters whenever you're like 12. Like, it's definitely like akin to that style of artwork or whatever, but I don't know. It's still colorful and it makes me happy, so I thought it'd be fun to do it. And I also rearranged my craft room a little bit last night. I'll show y'all in a few minutes, but I moved the chair out into the center of the room. I got my desk from whenever I was like a toddler, basically, or like a little bitty kid, like 5, 6, like a little bitty kid desk, and I put it as a side table next to my chair because I have that desk and it's just stayed packed up. And I was like, what can I needed a side table, and I was like, you know what, that would maybe work. And I'm gonna be honest, it's a little bit funky shape because it's a desk. Like, it's not, it's a little bitty kid desk. It's not supposed to be a side table, you know what I mean? But it works in a pinch, and on the side of the room I have it on, like, it's not in the way or anything. And that way I can go up there and cross stitch and read and stuff, because back whenever we first had the start of the lockdown and everything, I was really trying to diversify where I went in my house, and so I was being very intentional on what rooms I spent time in. So if I was crafting, I really tried to be in my craft room. If I was working, I really tried to be in my office, you know, just really tried to use the spaces as they were intended, instead of just like my living room is everything, because it does break it up, and like, it's really nice psychologically, I feel like anyway, to just feel like it's, you know, kind of getting out of the same area. I don't know. So I like going up there, and I like it because there's no TV or anything, so it forces me to like listen to a podcast or a audio book or just music or something and not have the TV on whenever I craft, because I don't look at the TV anyway whenever I craft, so it's kind of pointless. Or of course, like I said, I can go up there and do whatever really, but it's just nice. And from how light that chair is, it's not a big deal. If I do have a sewing project or something that I want to do, I can just move the chair over and it's totally not a big deal. But everything is still set up. So my sewing machine and my yarn swift and ball winder and all that is still set up, so I didn't have to move anything. It's just I added that chair was in there. I just moved it in the middle floor, and then I added that desk. Yes, want what? Want what? So this is what we did to the craft room. So I'm trying to make sure you can get the full view of this wonderful room. So right here we have a big plant, and we have Therapy looking out the window, and look how little she is. Isn't she cute? I put a chair here, and I put my desk from childhood here. Okay, but really I do want to show y'all this because it's super cute. My mom made this whenever I was really little, like maybe like 4 or 5 or so. And look, she hand drew and painted all this little stuff on there. Isn't that cute? So anyways, so the cool thing about this is now it actually acts as a perfect little side table next to my chair, and then I can put my crafts under there. I still have my sewing machine stuff set up. I like to have a blanket folded up in here because if I do crafts, then Therapy might want a place to sit, not just on the floor. So I like to have a pretty easy place for her. I'm not really into stuffed animals and crap, but my dad got me that for Easter one time. I don't know, since I've been an adult, probably like 20 years ago. And then I have the 2 lamb Beanie Babies that I own. And then I don't remember what this thing's called, but I've had it since I was little, bitty. And it used to be like you would stuff these guys into little houses that were like way too small for them. I don't know if that makes sense. The sunglasses didn't come on him, that's a pin, but anyway, he sits in here. And then I crocheted this narwhal and I crocheted this monkey like a long time ago, so they sit in here, but that's why they're stuffed animals. Oh, and then, so I always get Katie Daisy calendars, the wall calendars, and then I cut off the pretty artwork that I like and I sit at places, so this is one of them. All of my knitting needles. Like I said, all of my, my sewing machine, all of my thread, bobbins, all of that stuff. That's my payroll number that I've started a little bit. And I've not been doing that as much because Therapy really likes for me to actually puzzle, so I brought it back up here because I thought that maybe I could do it up here more. And then underneath here, I have all of my fabric, and I'll actually just show you. In these little boxes, this one I just have ribbons and traglides and the little snaps for whenever I make Fairy's vests. This one has Velcro and binding in this one. And this one has fabric, which actually was folded a little bit better, but yeah, so fabric. And then there's also some other fabric that like is way too big that I don't really use, but I didn't want to throw away. And I know this chair is ridiculous, but it forces you to sit up straight, and I love that. I used to use this as an office chair, but for whenever you're doing stuff and you're editing and stuff, it's really, really hard to sit there like that for that long. But I found it really useful for in my craft room because, you know, I feel like with crafts is one of those things where you do get bent over easier. So I will link that chair. They make it in like a normal color too. You don't have to have the obnoxious green like I did. I got that one because it was like 50% less money or something and I didn't care. So, you know, functionality over color, but I'll link it for y'all. And then in these things, if you've ever wondered, so I have scrapbooking stuff down here. So the scissors, stickers, washi tape, little notions and things. And in this drawer, I store my paints, any type of like tapes or anything, cutting tools, so my rotary tool, and any other blades for that, like my X-Acto, which is actually my mom's that I took like 300 years ago. Chalk pens, more thread. This is like all the glue I used to like glue things. And then obviously elastic out the wazoo and book rings. We had a project for that a long time ago, so just have to. So this is Fairby's party supplies. So literally everything y'all have seen. Y'all seen it, y'all were there. Oh, it has Fairby's graduation hats, some stuff like that. Stuffed animals, just things that I don't really want out all the time. So that's the picture I hung up the other day. And actually, y'all, I really am loving this. So that's a puzzle and I think it's cute. So obviously it's the only one right now, but I'm gonna put a few more together that I can hang up in here. And I think it is really cute in this office because you can't really get the full scene. But over here, I have like a starfish and a lot of seahorses and stuff. And so that really does go. It's just, you can't really get the full scene of the office. So see, I have like shells and stuff from Hawaii and seahorses and whatever. And I have this guy who I absolutely love. It does go. And I have an anchor over there. See, I got all kinds of stuff. All kinds of little things that look like they go in here. And my drone. And actually, I know this is silly, but I thought it was so cute to have the drone with that because I felt like it really complemented the colors. So part of why I placed it there. But I'm gonna put another one together and hang it over here, probably. I'm gonna make dinner in a minute. So I got hot dogs the other day, as y'all saw. I've been doing the hot dogs and cutting them and like then cooking them and putting them on the bread, because I just got regular bread. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna buy hot dog buns. I'm sorry, like it's just me and it tastes the same. Like it's fine, you know what I mean? It's okay. But I've been doing it like a sandwich kind of, and cutting the hot dogs like long ways and like making a sandwich of it and melting that cheese on it. It is so good. So I mean, I know that's basic, but it is good. And I thought about maybe taking that sauce that I got the other day from the, what's it called, from Tabitha Brown's collection at Target. I think I'm gonna do that tonight and put that on the bread with the cheese and the hot dogs, and then put it in the panini press. Elevate my hot dog experience. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. I hope you enjoyed seeing what we got into. We will see you next week. Bye guys.